We're excited about this facility. You know, as we started going through the design stages of this facility, historically, we've taken a facility and we look at what we did in the previous clinic and we tried to modify and expand on it. With this facility, we did a completely different approach. And we started with spaghetti diagrams looking at the patient flow, how they would walk through the clinic. And it was nice because what we did was we designed processes and a flow, and then we built a clinic around it. And it allowed us to develop a culture and then build a clinic that supported that culture and the flow for the patients.
Even before the planning meetings, we spent a lot of time in the actual clinics themselves, the current clinics who are moving over, and then brought them into our design sessions, which is where we sat down for 2 or 3 days every month and designed different aspects of the patient's care. And it was great because they had that knowledge before of what they didn't like about their current space, and then they could translate that into how would we do it differently if we could do this in a better environment.
From the beginning, I was involved with the design group with the architects, planning in our clinic what our current flow looks like and how we could improve it. And then when we got with the design team, we were able to build cardboard mock-ups of the exam rooms and the reception area. It was great to have providers from all different clinics and MAs and staff from all the different clinics be able to create the patient experience, the doctor's experience, and move things around and create the best design possible for our new building.
There are a few reasons I'm excited about moving into this space. Number one is that it was a team effort. All team members had a voice. We were very transparent, so it's exciting to come into this space as a team. Secondly, I'm excited that we have designed in shelved space for growth. All of the rooms are standardized throughout the building, so if we have more patients for one provider one day and fewer for another, we can flex and flow into those different spaces. We always had the patient in mind. Sure, we designed it for the flows and ease for our providers, for our medical assistants, for our interdisciplinary team, but ultimately it was for our patient satisfaction.
I am so excited to move into this new space because it's beautiful, for one, but two, the effort that it took to really put it together. There was a lot of thought and a lot of concern. So in the new exam rooms, we wanted to make sure that the patients were very comfortable, and so we put a scale in each room, so nobody has to know except, the patient and the medical assistant and the provider. But I really feel like patients will feel we're more focused on them. This was really built with the idea that the patient comes first and always.
I think this will be a good experience for the patients having this facility in that I think it will be a more pleasant environment for them to receive care in. I was really happy and it was gratifying to see in the planning process that all the different users of the building were included in that process. Actually sitting down in a mocked up model of the exam room and trying to figure out what works and what doesn't work. What works better on the left-hand side of an exam table versus the right-hand side of the exam table. Where the desks are, where the sinks are, I think was really helpful.
I'm so excited to have this new facility. For several reasons, we've been really tight on space, so we now have the space to accommodate and bring in more physicians, more advanced practice clinicians, and we've also hired new nurses in anticipation of opening, so that's been a huge bonus for us. And by doing that, we're going to be able to meet the needs of the people from Murray City, as well as the people that are involved with Intermountain, and we can meet their needs sooner for them. So I'm so excited and grateful that Intermountain would build this beautiful facility for us to do that.
The actual shape of the facility and where we placed it, we tried to find a spot that would be close in proximity to where many of the existing clinics were coming from, to keep it close to where patients were used to getting their care. The Tosh campus was part of the old Cottonwood Hospital campus and had a fair amount of space that we could use that was Intermountain owned. And so we decided this was a pretty good spot for us to be in. We determined or shaped the number of stories that we were going to have really based on the clinics that we were putting into the space and how many we needed to put next to each other, what was a natural fit between specialties. The 4 stories seemed to kind of come together.
Some of the specialties that are coming into this space are focused around what primary care brings. We'll have family medicine, internal medicine, senior clinic, and then we'll have supporting disciplines from endocrinology and diabetes to podiatry, rheumatology, and head and neck through ears, nose, and throat specialty. We'll also have the support of an Instacare for the off hours when patients need care, and we'll be supported by imaging, lab, and pharmacy.
Instacare in a multi-specialty facility is going to be, I think, highly utilized and important. I think that if patients are unable to get in with their regular doctors, they can come down and see us at Instacare. We're open weekends, we're open until midnight, open most holidays, so I think it's going to provide a really good service for patients in this building. I think the thing for me is just my appreciation for the process. I hadn't been through a process like this before. It's a rigorous process. It's, we'll say, years in the making. This building has been, for me, a lot of time commitment, as well as the other managers, staff, and leadership, marketing, everybody just kind of coming together. But how awesome we've done and how much work we've done, and to see it come together from little spreadsheets and little ideas and bubble maps and spaghetti diagrams to what it is now. It's emotional, really, to see it all come together and how beautiful it really is. But really behind even the beauty is the functionality of it, because there was so much that went into the planning of the space. So I'm really, really excited.
We've also designed the front desks to have no phones so that they can focus on the patient that's checking in, so that they aren't interrupted by the ringing. It's not disturbing the patients that are going to be in our pause space as they wait to see the providers. The exam rooms are designed with 2 doors. One door is in the patient hallway, and the other door is for the provider and any interdisciplinary staff to enter in through. It's a new design feature. Once again, it's separating patient privacy and the interdisciplinary team, where they're able to communicate with patients on the phone, talk with providers without interrupting the care and healing of the patients.
I'm excited for the opportunity we have here to provide state-of-the-art healthcare. I appreciate the support of our Intermountain board, our senior leadership, and entrusting us with the healthcare dollars to build this facility and really demonstrate to them and to the community that we can deliver excellent healthcare to the patients that we serve here. I mean, it's exciting to see what we're going to be able to do for the patients with this facility.
It's super cool.